We got the Emic Trunkheart Summer Rush event live in game, guys. We're gonna open some sacred shards to try and get the fragments for the fusion. We do have 10x for Hydra champions, and I'm currently on one of my buddy's accounts, Pirate, and he is looking to get a freaking Geomancer. For whatever reason, that champion has been dodging him for ages. Now, the Summon Rush is actually fairly decent. Considering that we do need to open on the champ chase, I feel like it's a good spot. 6 sacred shards to get the 25 fragments that you need for the epic champion, and you can call it a day basically and wait for the champion chase next week. Keep in mind, Tuesday we do have another summon rush, but we have no idea of how they will split the fragments, how hard it will be to get a fragment, so don't count on that unless you are well prepared with shards. If no, that might cost you the fusion. Or it might cost you a few $100 to purchase sacred shards, which meh, is an awful deal. But basically, this is the 10x. He's looking for Geomancer. I'm gonna open some shards on his account to try and get it done. I do hope that we're gonna snipe him from the 6 sacreds. Then we're gonna open a few voids to try and get an Acrizia as well, because hey, why not? So spam that hype, guys. Let's get some good luck for him in here. Hopefully we're gonna get that Geomancer super early, man. What do we have in here? Barret the Blood-Soaked. Now, the 10x chances, guys, are not good. Are very low. It's pretty hard to get a champion on a 10x chance, but it's still in a way better than the new system with the Prism shards, for the simple fact that these shards right here are farmable, while the new Prism crystals are extremely scarce. So what do we have in here? Doug the Pierced, actually a very solid epic champion. I'm a big fan, and the previous one was actually pretty solid, the Orc. Decreased accuracy on the A1, you have decreased attack, decreased defense, AoE on the A2. If the attack is critical, you're gonna land the defense down, and then you have Provoke and places a reflect damage and an unkillable on himself, which is definitely a pretty interesting skill. Love the design on the champion though. So let's crack on it. That was shard number 2 or number 3, right? We got a Hippo, Hofferus the Tusk. This is a good reviver for faction wars if you need it in the Skinwalkers. Other than that, I wouldn't stress much with him. It does have the increased attack and increased crit rate, which can be helpful, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Just let me make sure we opened, I think we opened 3 or we opened 4. I kind of lost track. So let's see, what do we have in here? Geomancer, aha, miscreated monster. That was actually pretty close. Still a pretty decent champion. I feel like he definitely lost a lot of value for kind of like the end game. When they added miscreated monster in the game, we only had Sir Nicholas that was working on the Spider stage 20, guys. Was such a difference to have an extra champion like miscreated monster, but I feel like he definitely went down in value. He's still a pretty good champion, but I feel like not many of you guys are actually using him nowadays, right? I feel like that's what I'm getting from comments and just generally seeing people's reaction when we are talking about miscreated monster. And we got a Sachi right here. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not gonna say it, but I know what you're thinking. I can actually read your mind. Fairly good reviver as well for the faction crypt. She does need to make a killing if you wanna have that revive from her, you know. So it's not that easy. She doesn't hit that hard either. Come on, Geomancer, where are you hiding? Come on, baby. My god, the pitiless one. I feel like we are halfway through and we haven't got that Geomancer yet, man. Come on, game. Don't do my body dirty. Don't do my body dirty, please. Mask Fearmonger. Fresh epics back to back. What's with these 2 epics, man? Geomancer. We want to get that Geomancer, man. Is that the one? No, it's not. What do we have here? We have Meruka. Places revive on that. Interesting champion. I think she was part of a previous fusion recently, not too long ago. What else we have in here? Come on, game. And we got our first legendary, and is a Genzin. Okay, that's actually not bad. It is being used in the world record Fire Knight team for stage 10 hard mode, guys. But you need to have disgusting stats, disgusting blessings, and the world record, if I'm not mistaken, if nobody beat it since, is my buddy Sato with 49 seconds, which is pretty damn crazy. Defense down AoE, he gets a lot of turn meter. He doesn't hit too hard, but he's a pretty interesting champion to play around with. My god, I cannot believe that Geomancer is dodging us so freaking bad. My god, Burgot the Malformed. Geomancer, please. Please, do it for my boy. Don't do him dirty, please. Another Duck the Pierced. Do we have 10x Duck the Pierced? Or we have 10x Geomancer? Wait. Geomancer and enemy max HP. We haven't hit the 10x on any of those epics just yet. With 11 or 12 sacreds. Crazy. Crazy. That's why... Oh no, I thought that this was Geomancer, man. I saw the dwarf animation and I was like, yes, there we go. And it's Morag Branzalock, man. Oh my god, I can't believe it. What the heck, dude? That was so disappointing, man, that we didn't got the right dwarf. Jesus. I really thought that we're gonna get it there, man. When I've seen the animation, I was like, yes. Right at the end, but no. They had different plans for us. So we're gonna open the 7 void shards and we might drop a couple of ancients to get 1 or 2 epics and see what's gonna happen. Maybe the game is gonna be kind and it's gonna be like, RNG, there you go, get an Acresia just because you didn't got Geomancer. So then he can actually forget about it, you know. That would be something, you know, just to show some generosity, to show some appreciation to the player base, you know. At least to the player, not the player base, because yeah, I had a bit of bad luck with that Geomancer. So filthy. I've always said that they are specific champions on specific accounts that will never get pulled there, you know, like you need to I don't know, to sacrifice 1,000,000 goats to get that champion because it's all part of the algorithm. And all these gacha games, they all have hidden algorithms that we don't know about and so many different things. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that, you know. And we have our last void dropping in an Acresia right now, because why not? What was funny is that we haven't got a single epic for the fusion, and we didn't got a single epic from the 10x out of the sacreds, which it should be the best chance for you to get the epics from there, you know, it's just crazy. So we're gonna do 20 ancients as well, guys, and hopefully it's going to be there. Now, I don't think it's a good idea for him to go more than that. Just try your luck with 20 ancients. If it drops, it drops. If not, just save them. You have the champion chase coming next week, and the chances to get epic from ancients are not that amazing. So it's not worth it at the moment to go ham and just drop all your ancients for it, you know, because you might end up with getting four epics out of this and none of them to be the one that you want, you know. Geomancer, please come home. Another dwarf and the wrong dwarf, man. Rearguard Sergeant. But you see, look at all the rares. It's so hard to hit an epic with an 8% chance, right? It's just crazy. Come on, it's not a 2x. It's just a 10x, guys. Remember, this is living proof that 10x's desperately need an improvement because they just don't work anymore. But there we go, guys. We ended it with attacks on his account. At least we managed to complete the summon rush. I'm pretty convinced that we knocked it out of the park. We actually got a bit of extra points in here. He got the fragments. He got 3 legendary skill tomes. So it's not a total waste. At least you are getting some rewards. The Eternal Soul Essence is very valuable actually because it's so hard to get it. And if he is working on something here, it's gonna be helpful for him to get to 5-star or 6-star in the long run. But if we're gonna go over to my account, guys, where I actually need to open a few shards as well. I'm only gonna do 6 sacred shards. I don't really care about any of the epics here. I don't really care about the legendary champion that are non-voiding here either. If I get another Tranda, yeah, it would be fun to empower her, but yeah, it's pretty crazy, you know. So let's crack on it. Seems like he just messaged me. Skratch, please open a few more ancient shards to get that Geomancer, man. Like I will open a couple more on his account just in the hope that we're gonna get him home. Ruela, actually not a bad. We got Scabrius before. Ruela is a pretty good epic champion. I'm a big fan. Triple hitter, a bit of turn meter manipulation, then attacks one enemy 3 times. This has such a good chance that landing the debuffs is actually crazy. Pretty good A3 as well with the turn meter and increased crit rate. So definitely a a pretty good thing. So, shard number 3. What do we have in here? What do we have in here? Nazana. Okay, I haven't seen this champion in such a long time, actually. It's been a while since I've seen Nazana. What do we have in here? We have an Allure. Sisters, you know, back to back. They kind of like have the same animation, the same sort of look. What do we have in here? A 10x on Demon Spawns. Allure, she's definitely very strong for progression on the Fire Knight. I'm using her on the Dark Fae, and another dwarf, and it's not the right one either. We have a Rock Breaker, but still no Geomancer. Even though I don't really care about him on this account, honestly. If I get him, I get him. If I don't, I don't. But it's just nuts that we still haven't hit the 10x on epics with Sacred Shards, and we've opened quite a few, so maybe if we were getting at least one of them, it would have been something interesting. But we have Old Hermit Jork. Pretty good reviver for the faction crypt. I'm actually a fan of this champion. You're getting revive, increase attack, turn meter manipulation, turn meter boost, you know, so that's pretty good. So we got the fragments in here, guys. That's what we care of. So he really wants to go all in, so we kind of like came back on the account, guys, because he wants me to go more to get a Geomancer, man. I really hope we're gonna bring him home in the next temple, in the next 20 shards or so, because it's a waste to kind of like drop all in for the epic. Even though he's an amazing champion, it's so hard to get it. Look, 20 rares back to back, you know, and it is pretty damn hard to get the 10x one. Silesia, not even a Geomancer in there, man. That is so painful, dude. So painful, because he really wants to get this champion. I'm not even gonna go all in. I'm gonna leave him with some shards, because I really recommend him not to do it, you know. And Vildrax, there we go, another epic. It just feels like the 10x for these champions at the moment is not turned on. Like, we didn't got not even one of the epics on from the 10x. Jotun again, another epic that has nothing to do with the 10x. Mistress of Hymns, no Royal Guard, no Husk, no Geomancer out of all the pulls. So it is a lot of luck, sorry, involved. There we go. We got a 10x, not the one that we wanted though. We really wanted the Geomancer instead. The main idea is you might get lucky, open one shard and get the champion that you want, you know, and you're one of the very fortunate ones. Or you might be in this situation where you're opening everything, you're spending your gems, and you're still not getting the champion that you want. And when you see that you don't get him, just stop, because it's not your day, basically. It's not your day. We're gonna end it with this advice here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.